was only matched by the size of his reputation. With Leeds United keen to get rid of their tempestuous Gallic star, Alex Ferguson believed he had found the player around whom he could build the first age of his dynasty. "If ever there was one player anywhere in the world that was made for Manchester United, it was Cantona," as Ferguson would subsequently say. He swaggered in, stuck his chest out, raised his head, and surveyed everything as though he were asking, "I'm Cantona. How big are you? Are you big enough for me?" More than any other player, it was Cantona who unlocked the door for the Premier League's foreign revolution. He proved that the skill European and South American players stereotypically possessed need not exclude the passion and will to win of the old First Division. Just as Glenn Hoddle and Terry Butcher, two fixtures of the England national team in the 1980s, were as disparate in style as it is possible to conceive, so too could foreign players come from any part of the footballing spectrum. If that now sounds like an unnecessary truism, it was far from obvious in 1992. But Cantona became more than a trailblazer. He was a cultural and sporting icon. No single player was more responsible for the boom in replica shirt sales and merchandising, official or otherwise, while the ubiquity of Cantona's face, thanks to a sponsorship deal with Nike, was new ground for English football. In 1,000 playgrounds across the country, collars on school uniform shirts were turned up as children mimicked the hallmark of their hero. For a few years, every kid was Eric Cantona. If those children have now turned 30, many still harbour the same adoration. Cantona's personality could never have been so influential without talent. He scored 82 times in 185 games for Manchester United, but it was his style of play that was so unusual. Before the Premier League era, there was very little tactical fluidity in English football. Defenders defended and attackers attacked, and players typically stayed in formation. Cantona preferred a different method. He started as a nominal strike partner, usually to Mark Hughes or Andy Cole, but dropped deep in between the lines of defence and midfield, dragging immobile central defenders out of their position and comfort zone. Cantona's technical expertise allowed him to link play effectively, and he became as renowned for his chance creation as his finishing. Cantona is credited with 56 assists in 156 Premier League games. The only other strikers of his era to register more, Cole, Alan Shearer and Teddy Sheringham, all played at least 250 more matches. Conversely, Cantona's talent could never have been so influential without personality. Cantona was a leader of Manchester United, not just because of his talent, but through sheer strength of character. As Roy Keane so eloquently put it, collar up, back straight, chest stuck out, he glided into the arena as if he owned the effing place. Any arena, but nowhere more effectively than Old Trafford. This was his stage. He loved it. The crowd loved him. Cantona's unwavering self-belief, it bordered on swaggering arrogance, was not a natural trait, but a deliberate tool of his success. "I've said in the past that I could play single-handedly against 11 players and win," he wrote in Cantona on Cantona. "Give me a bicycle and I believe I can beat Chris Boardman's 1-hour record." In Cantona's psyche, there was no room for doubt. Doubt is what leads to fear, and if fear cannot be controlled, it eventually defeats you. The Cantona effect at Manchester United became extraordinarily influential, but he was doubted when he joined. In hindsight, Leeds and their manager Howard Wilkinson are mocked for letting Cantona go. But they made a profit on the transfer fee they paid to Nîmes less than 12 months earlier and had endured a rocky relationship with the Frenchman. Cantona failed to click with striker Lee Chapman and later revealed his unhappiness at Ellen Road. Wilkinson did the same. "Eric is not prepared to abide by the rules and conditions which operate for everybody else here. I had a bad relationship with the manager, Wilkinson," Cantona told 442 in 2008. "We didn't have the same views on football. I am more like a Manchester footballer. At Leeds, football was played the old way. I think you say kick, then rush. If I don't feel the environment is good, I don't want to be there." Cantona is right to some extent, but underplays his own role.